morning, world. I am Judy, your web-based therapist, making therapy accessible and convenient for our clients in Florida and New York, and of course, sharing information worldwide. Today, we're talking about 5 tips for people with ADHD getting back into the office. And because, after so long of working from home or working in the chaos of the pandemic, things have changed, and that your systems that have been working for you, or maybe that were working at home, may not be transferable to the office, and you've fallen out of sync with your system that you had working in the office. So today we're talking about 5 tips for getting back into that rhythm. First, start with what is working that you can keep, because you've had to make changes in order to transition to working from home or to transition into pandemic mayhem. So you've had to make changes to your system more than once already. And even now that you're getting back into the office or getting back into your regular work environment, things are still going to most likely be different. So make sure that you start with the things that are working, whatever systems that you have that are working, that were working maybe during the chaos, or that were working before, that can still work in this current environment. Keep those, start with those. 2, get comfortable with the old things before you add new things. There are going to be a lot of new changes. There are going to be a lot of changes in every space in our lives, including at work. So as you start getting used to the new things, make sure before you start making the new things a priority, that you focus on getting comfortable, getting stable with the old stuff, the stuff that you know, the stuff that you're comfortable with, the stuff that your regular stuff that you're already good at, or good at maintaining, because you're good at a whole bunch of stuff, but the stuff that you kind of had down already. 3, build in some buffer space. Adjustment takes time, and you are rebuilding a system. You are getting back into a rhythm. So it may take time to adjust to the new to the way things are. So take some time, make sure that you're building a little bit of buffer space, maybe a few extra minutes to help you transition from one to another, or a few extra minutes in case you run over, because one thing we often do is overestimate what we're capable of, or what we're capable of accomplishing in a certain amount of time. So, and of course, if you're adjusting, it may take longer to do than it will normally take you once you have the system down packed. So make sure you're building a little bit of extra time or extra space in your calendar, so that if something goes over, or if things are not working exactly as you plan, you still have enough time to be on track and on schedule with what you're doing. 4, remind people of some of your needs. If you had a system that was working before, you probably had people in your office or people at your work site. You probably had certain things in place that, having been gone for so long, people may not remember, or with things having changed in so many ways, they may not remember, or they just may not be attentive to it. So if you need to, make sure that you're reminding people of what they need to do in order to assist you, in order to facilitate your best performance at work. So for instance, if you had a thing where you didn't do 8 o'clock meetings, make sure they remember that you don't do 8 o'clock meetings, so that they're not scheduling 8 o'clock meetings for you. Whatever the needs are that you needed the people at work to work with you on, make sure that you're reminding them of that. 5, give yourself time to adjust, because you've gone from, hey, we're working in this perfectly stable working environment with all sorts of structure, and hey, you're working in the chaos of the pandemic. Hey, go work at home. And now we're saying, hey, structure is back. Come work in this weird thing that we're calling structure. So it's going to take time to adjust. Give yourself time to adjust. Take your time, do whatever it is that you need to do. And of course, celebrate your successes. Just because you got 3 out of 5 things done does not mean that you failed. It means that you got 3 whole things done. Celebrate whatever you're succeeding at. Take your time and appreciate and give yourself props for all the work that you're doing, because you're doing a lot of things and you're doing them so awesomely. Quick recap. 1, start with what is working and make sure you keep up with those. 2, get comfortable with the old things before you start adding the new stuff. A lot has changed, but you still gotta transition back into regular normal people world. 3, build in some buffer space, because as you're adjusting, things may take a little bit longer. You may be overestimating, so give yourself a little bit buffer space so that you're not falling behind. 4, Remind people of your needs because, hey, it's been a while. Some people forgot what they needed to do with for you. So make sure you remind them if you need to. And finally, give yourself time to adjust because, hey, transition, change, they all take time. And of course, make sure you're celebrating all your accomplishments. And yes, you're going to get better. You're going to get to the 5 out of 5. But for now, 4 out of 5 is awesome. So celebrate your successes. As always, if you or someone you know happens to be going through something that's more than you can handle, please remember that even right now when so many things are so chaotic, there are professionals like myself who are providing remote services and who are available, able, and willing to assist with whatever you may need. So figure out who those people are in your community so that if you need them, you can reach out and get the help that you need. And that is all we have for today. Good morning, world. Have an awesome day.